Welcome to Living with Intuition Coffee Chats, your source of real perspectives, insight, and humor from down-to-earth, kick-ass intuitives. Join Lindsay from Super Secret Powers and Andrea from A Soul's Journey with Andrea as we delve into today's coffee chat.
Hey, that looks good. It didn't munch us.
Oh, I know.
Even
It's
better. Oh, we're having a really fun day today, let me tell you. Not a bad day at all. It's a very good day.
It's a good day, yes.
Yeah, just I think, I don't know. I think the fall is just catching up with us, and we're like, sleep is good.
Yeah.
Sleep is awesome. I just want to go lay in bed for
I know, it's
3
that
hours.
cozy, comfy kind of like,
Yes.
oh, you're a little cold and you really don't want to come out from under the covers in the morning, and so you sit there a little longer. And I know,
Oh.
it's nice though. I think the universe wants us to slow down. I think it really just like the whole energy just kind of like you sink into it this time of year. It's like it's time to slow down. It's time to integrate and focus on things to come
Yeah.
and get ready.
Well, and I don't know. I love the night, and I feel like I get to like unfold kind of into the night as it's getting darker now and darker sooner. I'm just like, oh, it's in a weird way. It's almost like taking my bra off at the end of the day, but like it's just an energetic thing. It's a spiritual thing. I'm just like, oh, I can finally let out all those. In these last couple days, I have gotten the beautiful chance, thank you, Andrew, by the way, to just be alone. So it was like, oh, I love this.
And I got to go on a great adventure with her hubby Rob. We went all the way to Connecticut yesterday and picked up his new car, his project car, and I'm just like so excited about this because I've always loved cars, and I've never had anybody that really wanted to get hands on dirty and like show me what's like going on in there, even if I don't know how to do it, I can still be part of the process. I can hold this, I can hand them that. And I used to hang out in the garage with my pop when I was a kid, and I was the only girl allowed in the garage. I was always a tomboy though, so I was proud of that. And my Uncle Joe too. I was the only one in that club that was a girl, like allowed in the man cave, the garage. So now that's what I feel like out there with him. Is like I can actually like get those juicy vibes from when I was a kid, and it's a different kind of shadow work to do because it's actually in the moment. It's not like you're reliving, like you're trying to look in the past and find things. You can actually feel it again in the present moment and understand what that little girl thought about that. And that's like an amazing thing.
Well, see, I didn't have that, especially with my dad. For me, it was mom stuff coming through. And just how much her love of travel had probably played such a huge role in my life and a lot of the decisions I made. I mean, really, I think my hugest impetus in going into anthropology, I mean, of course, I loved it and I loved the subject and I loved archaeology and all that. That was personal. But then there was that underlying motivation of this is how I get to travel. And this is how I get out of the NEPA valley that we live in. Because it can be kind of backwatery. It's behind the times, like a good 10, 20 years a lot of the times, even in prices and how the market goes, yeah. Like we can look at something in California and go like, well, that might hit next year.
Right.
Maybe. And that it usually depends on how many New Yorkers and New Jersey people are actually coming into the area based, like, for that one particular thing. So, like, the housing stuff tends to speed up because we have a lot of people from that greater New York area trying to come out here. Anyway, not what you came here for. Just context. for where we live and why we're still kind of like homespun and, we don't really buy into the whole posh. We need to be all make-upped and completely tattooed. I mean, she likes it. I like it.
I have some.
But I have psoriasis. And I don't want to spend more than 10 or 20 minutes doing my hair, ever. And so it's just like, because my appearance isn't the thing I associate with. Yeah.
I'm not a makeup person. I like the tattoos, but I only have 4 of them. I mean, it's not like they're all over. And I've never been a makeup person, ever.
Yeah, I've like, and I like to dress up with makeup, like witchy-wise, and like if I'm going like out to a special dinner or something. But at 45, I forget more often than not. Like I just, all right, I got the cool shoes on. I'm going. I'm going.
It's just been really rocking those boots, and I like your fall attire.
Yeah. And oh wow. Other things. I was doing some Christmas shopping on Temu last night. But
You never start too early.
well, no. And especially since we're going on a cruise, I'm just like, maybe I should get this out of the way as fast as possible. But again, not what you came here for. We're just getting like warmed up to conversation.
Yeah.
But things that are on your mind, certainly, as we are looking at this eclipse doorway, and we're looking at Samhain approaching, and that partial eclipse is happening right like 3 days before Samhain. Yeah. So, all right. Certainly, the childhood stuff has been coming up. Realigning, definitely healing, because realigning is healing, of, I guess, some more positive things that we had, that had influenced us. So it's like a re-remembering.
Yeah.
So definitely that. But has there been anything else for you that's been coming up that feels particularly, this has to be because of some of this big magic coming through, this big influence?
I say this in a kind of serious but joking way, but like the rainbows and different signs that I haven't had in a while, besides like, the numbers always show up for me, but I've had rainbows a lot, and I have had UFO sightings in my pictures lately, which I'm saying that means something, because I mean, one of them I can kind of debunk, but still, I'm like, other pictures right next to that, and the same lighting and everything. Like, how you just take a couple pictures in a row just to make sure you got it, especially at night, those kind of pictures, and to have it only in one picture both times in the same week, 2 rainbows in a week and 2 UFO sightings in a week. I don't know. That just to me feels like something's going on there with me, because I get weird signs like that when I'm really close to a breakthrough, and I've had a couple stages already where I went through a little turmoil, and then I went through a little bit of a releasing, and now I'm starting to even out again, and the signs are coming, and I feel like something like big and major in a positive way is approaching soon. And I've been like asking for help to be ready for that. To, maybe get it to move a little faster, to help me prepare for this so that I'm ready, so you can give me the gift that I feel that's coming, Because I think we do have that power to make it progress faster if we're lining things up the right way, because I don't think the universe is going to give me anything I'm not ready for. Right. So instead of like trying to like be desperate about things, I try to say, well, what can I do to help myself become more ready so you can give me what I need, you know?
Or even what am I ready for
Right.
that I haven't realized yet.
Exactly, because a lot of times we overlook things because of our, with the worth thing that we go through. It's like,
Yeah.
and that makes us deny ourselves things because we just don't think we're worthy. But we're,
Or maybe even it didn't occur to us in that way to apply a skill we had,
right.
or like an experience we had, like the way we tell the story and to ourselves, like just
Yeah,
that little
the
pivot.
stories.
It's like, oh wait, I'm still waiting on the next chapter, aren't I? Like that, like it's done, it's over, but it's the story. The whole story
Yeah.
isn't done yet. Oh, yeah, I see that. But we're going to be talking actually a little bit more about this kind of stuff, about quantum jumping, vortex stuff, in the video we are doing right after this in the Queen of Your Inner Realms for our gathering of the Sovereign Healers.
Yes.
So yeah,
Always a
definitely.
fun time.
So if you want to get in on that topic, I
Yeah.
mean, you have 3 days, 3 days left to join the Queen of Your Inner Realms for our Samhain special. And I just want to put it out there that we are inviting you. If you like this, if you love my background, if you love our shirts, whatever, if you love something we've said here, please go check out the link in the comments. I'm inviting you to an intimate community where intuition meets empowerment and magic intertwines with self-discovery. And I want to welcome you to the Queen of the Inner Realms Circle. And we're doing this where like the doorways are opening out of the mists of Samhain. So the closer we get to Samhain, those doors are going to start closing again. So only 3 days left. But come and revel in the enchantment of the Sabbats with us. Howl at the full moon. Draw cards with us as a group in a sacred space. And of course, there is that wisdom vault that has over 35 lessons about trusting your intuition, about learning to work with your empathy, and learning to, really make it something that you can rely on, that you want to count on, that feels like your super secret power. Hence my business name.
And it's all there for you to do on your own time, on your like when you're ready for it. That's the beautiful thing about it, is like it can go with your work schedule, what you're into at that time.
Yeah.
And maybe a year from now you'll want something in there that you don't want now, but it's still there for you. As you grow into it, you can discover.
Yep. We have a lot in the vault. We have a lot of how-tos already, and we're going to build on that as we go. And we have a light language vault. We have a meditation vault. And we're building up our sound bath vault because I just got the huge singing bowls. If you haven't seen them yet, go over to my profile, Lindsay Peters, Baltasano. You just, click on that. And in there's a couple different things with the new great big singing bowls that I love.
Oh, I know. They're so awesome. But,
yeah. For me, going back to all right, finish one topic and then go on to the other topic.
We're just excited about things.
No, go click on the link, check it out, and of course, if you have any questions,
come to us.
DM us, whatever. We love answering those questions. I will get on eventually. It's been a crazy week because my husband, who has cancer, but he had a procedure on Tuesday. They went out to look at the car yesterday. They've been in and out, going to the garage in different stores today.
Yeah.
So it's just like, all right.
We came in for dinner. We've been out since like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, and we just came in for dinner. So it's like,
right.
Yeah. It's awesome though for him though.
But so yeah, no, we're still free. We're still available to chat with. We are not really gonna sales talk you up, because neither one of us are like that.
No.
But we will tell you what to expect, and if this is really what you really want, and you tell us what you're looking for, and all that kind of beautiful stuff.
And that's also what we're about too. Is once you're in there, we do a couple polls here and there. We have like what we're doing tonight, that we get questions and answers and stuff like that, and you can recommend things that you'd like to see in the group, and also because we want to know, we want to learn with you, grow with you,
and we don't want this to be the busy work. So
right.
Yes, it's all self-paced, but if you have questions, or if something is
we're always in there
coming up and nudging at you, and you want to talk more deeply into it, we can certainly create the kind of content you would like to see, and that would be beneficial and useful for you at this stage of your journey. And also, in the welcome sequence, when you are finally in the welcome sequence, we have this email that goes out that asks you to reply to us about where you are and what you want to learn, and what's the thing.
So we get to know you better.
Well, so we get to know you better, but then so we can recommend what resources are immediately available that you can just go and view and help get a lot of movement and healing around that, or clarity, whatever it is you need, so that you have this kind of customization light as you go. But everybody's going to start off with a intuition activation that I'm just finishing up because I was sick for a whole month. And it's really cool. It's, light language and symbols, and really clearing the chakras and really grounding in our connection to divine source. It's going to be a really cool thing. And then we'll do some more specific clearing sessions for everybody. So we have this whole thing when you start where you get a little bit of direction and you get the clearings, and then you can kind of like delve into where it is that soul needs to grow into. All right. What I was going to say though, yeah, look at the link. Check it out. Only $33 a month. We are doing a 3-month commitment, just because 3 months is a really amazing time to spend just focusing on your energy, because so many of you come to us or to some kind of healing or guidance session in a state where you're feeling desperate, where you're feeling anxious, where you're feeling like things aren't going right and you don't know why. Maybe you're a little cursed, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. I hate my husband, whatever. Like,
right.
You're not centered, which is what we're going to talk about today, later. That you really do need to spend some time building yourself back up, building up your own confidence in yourself and your intuition, and just you as a higher being, before you can really start tackling the things like mission and purpose and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm not saying to stop trying to push ahead or stop trying to run a business, or, just that, remember.
Come from a clearer place.
Well, remember to work in to
right.
your schedule the practices you actually need to make your energy and your efforts sustainable. I mean, it's as much about self-care and
definitely
learning to really clean and clear and cleanse and recenter and making things right for you than it is about doing harder work or this or that practice or technique, or reading the next book, like how to becoming supernatural, or it's about you. And we want to give you that time and space because it's awesome and we love it, and it's certainly something that we would pay for in our own lives.
And just knowing that you have a community where it's safe and you're surrounded by love, and we want to empower each other, and I think that goes a long way, because I think a lot of us are missing that, and I think that alone is priceless.
Yeah. Absolutely. So getting back to what I was going to say about the eclipses. The eclipse doorway and Samhain coming. You wouldn't believe the amount of times the death card has come up, or something along those lines has come up in the last week. I mean, I made a funny post last week after our
Guidance sling?
our guidance sling, but it was on the new moon. It was for the eclipse times. So we had made it a little bit more profound, a little bit more rounded out as practice, and not just like wham bam, like here's like this next moon cycle. Because I had gotten Banish a Curse and Hanged Man. And I was just like, on a live call. So I was just like, everybody else had gotten beautiful cards. Good luck, fortune, creativity, and then there's me. And this is what happens. I said in the post, I was just like, my guides are lucky I have a sense of humor. like, for me to get it, if I was just sitting here doing it for myself, that was one thing. But then to have to,
other people were pulling these cards for her, so it was, and everything was syncing up, and I'm like, oh.
But now I've gotten, like in the last week, I've gotten like the Tower and the Hermit and the Devil and Death and like so.
That's rebirth. It's
precisely.
It's coming to an end of one cycle and starting a new one, which is what happens during eclipses a lot of times anyway. I think it really encourages it to move a little quicker and help you become more clear on that direction.
And make perhaps bolder choices than we're used to making. And I did do that. And I think actually that's why those cards are continuing to come up, and not cards that are like, you're conflicted.
Right.
Because, I mean, Devil, Death, Tower, I mean, yes, it's conflict, yes, it's kind of upheaval, but there are also things that are kind of like saying, well, you're going through this, but, there's something after it.
Right.
There is a next chapter. There is a next story. It's not just like, I don't know, Seven of Wands or something.
It's preparation.
All the wands are,
right. You're tying up loose ends and preparing and getting ready for something. That's kind of like the feelings I've been having too. Like there's something big coming, and we just need to sort it all out yet, And we're coming into that, and I think the eclipse season really helps you break it all up and make you aware of things you need to work on so that it can move forward.
Yes. And
big time sometimes. I mean, it hits everybody differently, just like retrogrades and everything else do. But I tend to just always have a positive attitude about it, even if it feels a little icky sometimes. I think that if you come across it more positively, you kind of find your way better through it, because you are moving through it, and I think sometimes we don't realize that. It's not the end of the world. We're moving through something so we can figure it out to get to something better.
And certainly, a good thought to kind of find the right vibe.
Right.
When we're in these kinds of times is really just like, how is this thing that's breaking up, this thing that's this turmoil, this upheaval, how is this maybe the thing that gets me what I really, really want, what maybe I've been afraid to say.
Yeah.
I
think of it as
maybe you've been holding on to stuff.
It's a big kick in the ass that you need. It's like you've been stubborn, you've been procrastinating, you've been denying yourself this for so long, Andrea or Lindsay or whoever. It's this, now we're just going to give you this kick in the ass. And you're going to do it whether you like it or not, because I know you really want to do it, but you're scared or whatever, and so the universe just gives you that push. in the right direction. Although sometimes it doesn't feel like that, but and when you come out of it, you really see what that process was. And then next time, that's what I try to pay attention. If I felt like I had a worse time than I should have going through something, I'm like, okay, what next time should you remember, so that, because it happened. I mean, this is life. This is how the cycles go. It would be boring if it didn't happen this way. So I'm like, next time, how can you do more self love? How can you not judge yourself so much? How could you
begin to love into the process
right
more. Yeah.
right love over fear kind of concept. It's like, and you know what, when you get into the habit of doing that, like it just being that little tiny bit of awareness that says, okay, this feels like something that's going to lead to something big. We're going through something. It feels like shit right now, but what can we do to help ourselves? What can we journal? What can we meditate? What can we take that nice long walk out in nature and just think it through a little bit in a different way and change that perspective up so that we can get back on track? Or have the courage to ask for help. Ask somebody, or guides, guardians, whatever you want to ask. And asking for help is such a big thing, and we forget to do it all the time. I know that's one of the things that I have like little notes everywhere, and I have index cards. I'm like, did you ask for help? Kind of thing, because it's something that just like as a human, it just like goes out of your head, even though you've learned so many lessons from it, and that it works out so much better when you have your tribe around you. But some of them, like Archangel Michael, you have to ask for help. So I leave myself notes around to make sure, because you really do have to ask for help.
Yeah.
And you forget, like, life is just too consuming, like, sometimes. And you just, like, it leaves your mind completely.
That is kind of why we cast spells and we say prayers. And there is a something to saying this out loud, or saying this with gravitas and intention, and, the power of our own energy system behind it. I mean, that's really the level we're talking about when we're talking about stepping into that inner queendom, is really just
and you have a safe space to do that,
being radiant, and
and we're not judging you or anything, because we've been through it before. So you totally have our help and support through hard times like that, and because we've been there and we've done it.
House burned down.
So I mean, it's sometimes the experience, helps guide others, and that's what we're here for. I mean, this has been our calling, and this is like our home now. This little circle we got is our little home, and we're very safe, and we want you to be safe there and loved. And I think in this day and age is something we all really need. Truly.
Yes. So, we gotta get off now.
Because we gotta go to the group.
Other video for the Queen of the Inner Realm Circle, where we're talking all about quantum jumping and
juicy stuff.
Manifestation and vortexy kind of things, and what we think, and how we've experienced it working, and all that wonderful stuff. All right, so check out the link at the in the comments, wherever the comments are for you. I see them over here, but
and join us now, so that next time we have this little talk, you won't be disappointed that you can't come over and join us.
No. And I will see you for the Magic Bringers Rising Energy Report on Monday. And so other than that, we'll see you next week. Blessed be.
Love you.